Hi, my name is Jenny Brundle and I'm here for MCMBuzz.com and I'm with the lovely Vic Mignogna.
Oh, I'm lovely.
You are lovely.
Well,
So,
perhaps my name should be Vicky. No.
Vicky, lovely Mignogna.
Well, you're lovely, Jenny.
Oh,
thank you for
you.
having me
That's okay.
on your little interview here.
How are you finding London so far?
I love London. This is the third time I've been here.
Just the
I was at the
first?
MCM, no, the third. I know, just the third. I would love to come back more, but I was here about 3 years ago for this event, for the MCM
Yeah,
Expo,
yeah.
and if you haven't been, why not?
Exactly.
You need to get over here right now. Stop studying, whatever you're doing, wasting your time, get over here to MCM Expo. But I was here about 3 years ago, and then the next year, I was a guest at the London Film and Comic Con.
Yep, yep.
And then last year, no
No
London
one.
for me, no London. But I'm glad to be back.
Good,
I'm glad to be
good.
back.
And
How are you finding London?
Oh, I love London.
Do you really?
I quite a lot.
Where's the most exotic place you've ever been outside of London? Have you traveled
I have,
much?
yeah. I've been to America.
So tell me,
So-
what is your favorite?
I'm interviewing you, remember?
Oh, no,
But-
no. That was the surprise.
Oh, no.
I'm interviewing you. Tell me, where's the most exciting place you've been outside of London?
Probably Hollywood.
Really?
Yes.
You found it exciting?
Well, I was on a trip, but this isn't about me. This is about you. This interview.
Oh, I beg to differ.
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
it's fine. It's
Ask
fine.
me anything.
So yeah. So back at Expo, are you happy to be back here?
I am so happy. For the last 2 years, I've been getting emails from anime fans and video game fans in the area, all over the UK, saying, you know, when are you coming back to MCM Expo?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm really excited to be back. And it's
Good.
so funny because I keep seeing people I recognize,
That's
you know,
good.
from 3 years ago, and people will come up and like, Vic, I haven't seen you since, 3 years ago. So I'm excited to be back.
Bless, that's good. And obviously, the big topic at the moment is what you're doing at the moment.
Well, I'm working on several things right now. We just finished Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I'm a big fan personally.
Oh my
so-
gosh, the ending killed me.
I see you put a video on YouTube.
Did
of
you see
I
it,
saw
of the
that,
final
yeah,
line?
Yeah. So, what made you want to do
There's
that?
no such thing as equivalent exchange. It doesn't exist.
Oh.
I love
That's
that
beautiful.
series. But we just finished recording the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood movie,
Yes. Yeah.
Secret Star of Milos.
Is it weird to go back to it because you finished Brotherhood? And
Well,
the ending of
it's-
Brotherhood's so like poignant, and then you're going almost like back in time.
That's
again.
a really good point. But you know what? Any chance to record Full Metal, I love.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the day is coming when it will be over. You know what I mean?
For
There
good.
will come a day very soon, and it may have already happened, when I will not play Edward Elric anymore. And so I'm trying to savor every
Good.
moment, whether it be the movie or the OVAs or anything, video games. I just I hope I get to stay a part of it because I really love Fullmetal Alchemist.
Good.
But then, in addition to that, of course, I'm working on Bleach and Naruto and DBZ Kai and One Piece and
Everything else?
Wolverine and Iron Man series on
Yes,
G4
yeah.
TV in the States and a couple of other exciting things that we're not allowed to talk about yet. You know how that is.
Yeah,
Those
of
stupid
course.
NDAs. But-
It's all for a reason to keep us
and
surprised.
music.
Yes, of
and
course, yeah.
I've released a couple of new CDs. I've got 6 different music CDs now on iTunes.
So self-promotion there.
Well, got it right. I mean, if I don't say it, nobody knows, right? So also, for those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Star Trek fan.
Yes.
I mean, huge.
We've
There's
heard-
not a question that this young lady could ask me about the original series of Star Trek that I couldn't answer. I mean, I'm a super geek.
What do you think about the movie? The movie. a
It
couple
was
years
all
ago?
right.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
okay. But you know what? There's only one
Yeah.
Captain Kirk.
Of course.
And it's William Shatner. And, you know, Mr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy. I mean,
Yeah.
so I'm a kind of a purist. So it was hard to accept anyone else in those roles, especially like young punk kids. No offense, but you crazy kids! So,
That's wonderful.
Anyway.
And going back to very quickly back to Full Metal,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's going to be a lot of cosplayers here this weekend. Are you excited to see them all?
I love cosplay.
Yeah.
When I was little, I cosplayed.
Brilliant.
We didn't call it cosplay.
No,
We
no.
called it dressing up
Fancy
or whatever.
dress, yeah,
but,
yeah.
oh, girl, you know what? Tomorrow night, I'm going to be cosplaying.
I've heard.
I can't tell you what it is, but I'm going to be cosplaying. And
We can tell you where it is.
Yes,
It's-
tell 'em.
It's the MCM Expo party on Saturday night. Tickets, unfortunately, have sold out. believe it or not. You're very popular.
Oh, I don't think it's because of me.
Well, it's
I'm
helped,
an
I'm
afterthought.
sure. So.
I'm an afterthought.
So-
But I love cosplay.
Good.
And I love seeing fans dressed up, especially as characters that I've played, but any characters. I just love that kind of enthusiasm.
Brilliant,
You know?
yeah.
When I was young, I would make my own costumes. My mom taught me to sew, so I could make my own
Proper
uniforms,
cosplayer.
Star Trek uniforms and
Yeah.
stuff. So I love to see people enthusiastic enough about something
Brilliant.
to put their time and their talents into making costumes.
That's good. I mean, we've got the Euro cosplay final here this weekend.
So I've heard.
So you're going to try and sneak into that?
Maybe. Are you going to be there?
I will be there, yes.
Are you going to be dressed up? Cosplay.
I'm not.
Tell her.
I'm not entering.
Tell her, what's your email address?
No.
Write this girl and tell her to cosplay.
Don't worry, I am.
Dear
Tomorrow.
Jenny at, what is it?
No, I'm not going to say my email.
At whatever. Jenny at IInterviewPeople.com and send her
Don't
a
worry.
note to
Don't
cosplay.
worry. You'll not believe I'm cosplaying tomorrow.
Really? Are you going to cosplay?
I am going to cosplay.
She's going to cosplay.
Guess-
Bring your cameras.
Winry Rock Pearl tomorrow.
No, you aren't!
Yes, I am.
OMG. You're going to be Winry?
Yes.
Oh, can I be your Edward Elric? Oh, I love Winry so much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Did you like that ending?
Oh my gosh! I was waiting for that my whole life, right?
Yeah,
The whole
yeah.
beginning, first series, when every time Ed would like diss Winry, I'm like, you dumb little pipsqueak.
Speaking
What's
of
up?
Pipsqueak,
You know, I
would
couldn't
you
believe
mind
it.
doing a tiny little rant for us?
A tiny little
Tiny
rant.
little, tiny.
I don't think
Yes, exactly.
I saw what you did
yeah,
there.
Yeah,
I see what you did.
Yeah.
That was a veiled insult, wasn't it?
At
But
the
let me just
camera, to Buzz. To the Buzz
To
viewers.
Buzz?
And the Expo
I tell you what's going to buzz. This gentleman's headphones are going to buzz as soon as I do it because, you know,
Go for it.
microphone's going to melt, I'll bet.
It's fine. Go on.
She really wants me to do this.
It was a request.
Are you prepared? Watch your needles. It's going to go. This is just for Jenny, my favorite Winry. Who you calling a pipsqueak?
That's perfect.
Did you hear that?
That echoed around the room.
It
was
reverberated
perfect.
in the room. This guy, okay, now his ears are bleeding.
Yeah, poor guy, but it's fine. So,
I should have gone, who you calling a pipsqueak?
for the future, are you going to stay where you are, like with anime? Can you see yourself ever leaving it? Or is it just too
I don't
too
want to
good?
leave it. I love it. And it has nothing to do with money because we don't get paid very much. I love what I do.
What about the people you work with? I know when you have Funimation, obviously, fans watch anime and they hear the same voices over and over again. But, I think that's one thing that fans like, to hear
I
these
think,
things, so-
you know what I think? I think that if you're good at what you do, and present company excluded. I'm not talking about me particularly. I'm just talking about if you enjoy somebody's work and they're good at what they do, then I think they come to enjoy that. And one of the cool things about anime, about voice acting in general, is you have the opportunity to play different characters that you would never get to play on camera. Like, I'm never going to be cast as Broly from Dragon Ball Z, but I get to do his voice.
Yes,
I'm never going to be cast as a 14 or 15-year-old kid, but I get to play Edward Elric. I'm never going to be the high school host club president, but I get to play Tamaki and Oron. So I enjoy that aspect of voice acting, and I think the fans do too. So I hope to get to continue to do what I'm doing for a long time to come.
If they've remade Fullmetal, how would you feel about if Soul Eater got remade? Because the manga has changed, and the same with Oran as well. Would you be happy to go back to those roles?
Wild horses could not keep me from wanting to do more
So
Oran
to be
High School.
Tamaki again.
I love Oran so much. And Death Scythe was really a lot of fun too. Soul Eater was a great series. I would be all for that.
So you all up for these reboots at the moment? Do you think they're good?
As long as they use the original people.
Yeah.
I'm not so much for additional things where they like recast stuff.
Well, I mean, in the original cast of Fullmetal in Japan were completely different, except Ed and Al. So
That's true, but what's interesting is they kind of switched around. It was kind of interesting.
Yes,
like the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
that did Mustang in the first series may have been playing whoever in this
Someone
one.
else,
So they
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
switched it around, which
could
was
you
kind of interesting.
imagine that? Could you imagine your colleagues switching
You know
around?
what's funny is I could. I could see that. It would have been maybe interesting for us to do that too, but But then I would never want anyone else to get to play Ed.
Of course.
Who could we
You're
get
quite
to play Ed?
possessive of Ed?
Yes.
He's yours.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. We'll get Travis Willingham to play Ed.
Oh, yes.
That would
now
be
I've got
awesome.
a very quick question.
Yes.
Is that there's a YouTube thing going on with your fellow co-worker, Todd Habercorn.
Habercorn.
And I'm quite gutted. Have you brought any Todd Habercorn dolls with you?
I did, but I took them to the tower
Oh.
in London, and I chained them up there
That's pretty
and left them there.
harsh.
Yes. No, actually, I got to tell you, boy, Todd has really benefited from the Tribute Wars.
Yeah.
And it's not even so much Tribute Wars, it's just we were working on a production together. I was directing a web series, and he was my assistant. And so I made a little fun little thing for him, and then he made one for me. And then I made one for him, and then he made one for me. But every time, it kept like
It's
ramping
got
up a little bit more.
yes, yeah.
So then finally, I made the Todd Habercorn action figure commercial, and then he made this CSI thing.
It's absolutely brilliant.
I know, and so,
Are you working on something?
well, you know
or
what? I am.
Are you allowed to
I'm
reveal
working on
anything?
something. It's gonna be awesome. But it's so big that it's not something you could just like, I'm gonna do this overnight in my spare time.
Because that CSI one was just...
He put a lot of time into that, clearly.
Time,
Well, you know
effort,
what?
yeah.
This one's my idea is going to exceed that
And-
by far, but the only problem is time.
Yeah,
Having time
yes,
to do it.
to do it.
And I have to remind everybody, the score is currently 4-4.
Yes, yeah.
Like, he doesn't have one up on me, is what I'm saying. We're equal.
Yeah.
So if I do another one, that will basically just mean one more for me, and then he'll have
He'll
to make
probably do
another
another
one.
one.
Of course he will,
He's
because
got
that's
to.
how he's getting so
Yeah,
popular.
yeah. Do you think the other voice actors are going to start coming into
No, I don't
this?
think so.
No, you don't want
I
to.
think Todd and I are
It's
the
just
only
you and
ones
Todd.
weird enough to do that. So, and we both have a big background in film.
Yeah.
I mean, my degree is in film, and I shoot and direct and edit and
Mm-hmm.
sound design and all that kind of stuff. And he's got an extremely strong background in shooting and film as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the CSI thing is a perfect example. So, yeah, I'm only doing one more, and once I do that one, we're done.
Because this one's going to be blown
It's
away.
you can't top it.
Okay.
It can't be any bigger than this.
Oh, I'm very excited. Thank you very much, Vic. Sorry to cut it a bit short.
Thank you,
but I'm
Jenny.
sure have a good weekend here.
You better come see me tomorrow as Winry,
Of
because
course
we
I
need
will.
to have a picture together.
Of course.
All right?
Of course, yes.
And you guys, you heard it right here. Jenny is going to be cosplaying as Winry. And I don't know if you know this or not, Winry's hot. So
Oh,
this
thank
is going
you.
to be awesome. Make sure you come and see her.
Thank you very much, Vic.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.